What's good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Justbwise, and today we're going to talk about getting prepared for your shoots, whether it be a wedding, photo shoot, video shoot, whatever you shoot. Let's get it. Okay, if you guys are anything like me, every time I have a shoot, it doesn't matter how many I've done, I always go into them the same way. I'm a paranoid patty, okay? I get paranoid thinking everything's gonna go wrong, so I gotta prep myself to make sure everything goes exactly, or at least as close to exactly as I want it to, because we all know nothing ever goes exactly to plan. So I pretty much have 5 things I do every single time I have a shoot to make sure it goes as smoothly as possible, and we're gonna talk about them here today. The first thing that we do, right, is depending on where your shoot is going to be, you want to scout the location. Maybe your venue is outside at a beach, in a park, or inside in a very particular venue. You kind of want to know what the lighting situation is going to be like, what the layout is going to be like, so that you can be prepared depending on what equipment you have. So if you're like me, you don't have the money to just get whatever equipment and just have it ready. You know, we're building up to things like that. So you want to make sure that you know exactly what you need before you need it. For instance, I have a wedding coming up very soon and it's going to be outside. So you want to make sure that not only that you go out there to scout the location, but you want to scout the location around the time when you're shooting. So for instance, the wedding is going to be in early afternoon, which technically is not the best time because lighting is not going to be great, but that's when they're shooting it. So what I've done, there's a couple different things you do. You can go out there during that time so you can kind of see how the lighting is going to be. I'm going to need ND filters, obviously, because it's going to be way too bright out there to get what I want. But you also need to know the position of the sun so you can kind of figure out where you need to be in reference to that. So these are some of the things I'm thinking about when I'm scouting. Same for when you're shooting photography, because if you know where the sun is, then you know where you can position your subjects so that they're not either staring directly into the sun or so that they're not completely getting, you know, hit with sunlight and everything is just harsh sunlight. It never looks good on photos. So never say never. Never say never. Okay, so you've already scouted the location. You kind of figured out where you want your subjects to be, kind of figured out where the sun is going to be, if it's outside. If it's inside, you already know how you're going to need to have your ISO set and stuff like that. You already kind of have your settings mapped out based off of the venue, right? So that's not going to be a concern at all. You'll be able to change your settings, boom, bam, bim, you're good to go. Now it's time to actually plan all of that stuff out. Again, paranoid Patty here, you need to plan it out roughly. I went out, scout the location. Not only did I take pictures of specific spots where I would like the photography to be, but also where I would like for them to do different things for the video. I'm also kind of running through in my mind what the video is going to look like, kind of, if that makes sense. So then I can actually have an idea of what shots I need to get. I don't like to do everything just off the top of your head. Just, all right, if you just get all of these shots, then you can make it work. No. You want to make sure that you're getting shots. Now, you're always going to get extra shots, but make sure you know what you're kind of looking for so that you make sure you're getting certain shots. So I know where they're going to. I want them to kind of walk together, being lovey-dovey, but I know exactly where they're going to be walking. You know, I already have that planned out in my mind so that when we come there, we can do it. And then, you know, we can improv some things after. But more importantly, I want to make sure I know exactly what I need to get, and all of that is going to be planned out. And obviously, I'm going to have to discuss that with my team so that they know what's going on too. Of course, this is probably the most important step. Check your equipment. So like 2-3 days before, I'm checking my equipment because again, paranoid Patty, that's me. I want to check my equipment, make sure everything's working as it should. Now, clearly my camera's working as it should. Hopefully work again like this. That's fine. You know, but after I shoot this video, this camera, I'm not using it again. I know it's working how it's supposed to. I'm going to put it away and then we're ready for the photo shoot. easy peasy. But I need to check everything. So I'm checking all of my lenses. I'm checking, let me dial it back because I'm going a little bit too fast because I'm starting to freak myself out. So one of the things that you want to make sure that you check as well, so that you don't get hit with this later on, is if you don't normally clean your sensors, check your sensor ahead of time. And if you take it somewhere to get cleaned, do that. Or if you clean your sensors, do that. Because the last thing you want to do is have to fix footage because you had a dirty sensor. I've been there. It's annoying, right? So what you want to do is just do the best you can to make sure your sensor is clean. How you can check that? Go outside when it's bright, put your aperture to f-stop 22. It's going to capture everything. Take a picture. Take it as bright as you can, and you're going to see a bunch of spots. Those spots are because you have a dirty sensor or you have a dirty lens, right? So make sure your lens is clean, obviously, too. But you can check those spots. If you have a bunch of spots on there, clean it. Clean it. I know everyone wants to shoot at f1.8 or f2.5, but guess what? You don't notice when you're shooting at f1.8 and 2.5 that your sensor's dirty. But as soon as you start to move it up, again, if you need to shift it and you're at an f8 and you start to, why is this smudge here? Yeah, your sensor dirty. You should have checked all your equipment, bruh. All right, so after you have checked your equipment, you know everything works like it should, everything is clean, everything is ready to go. Now what we gotta do is prepare everything so that you don't have to worry about anything. When it's day of, you're just ready to pick up your stuff and go. So for instance, I have a battery station in this back corner here. I'm not gonna show you because it looks terrible. That's where I have all my batteries, get them charged. After they're charged, swap them, put the other ones in there to charge. Once they're done, pack everything up in my bag, right? Everything's packed in my bag. Then I wanna go through, oh, I didn't mention this during the check time. Check your memory cards. Not only check to make sure that they're empty, but also check to make sure there's nothing weird going on with them. Like I have one memory card. Where is it? I don't know where it is right now, but I noticed it like a couple days ago that it has like a very, very small crack. Yeah, I'm not using that memory card. No, not taking no chances. So you want to make sure you're checking all that kind of stuff, because worst comes to worst, you don't want, oh my gosh, you do not want something to happen to your memory card, like, you know, and lose everything that you put into work for 8-hour shoot for a wedding or a 2-hour studio shoot, you know, and then what you gonna do? You gotta get the money back. And if you spent the money, then you hurt. So make sure you're checking everything. Okay, back to prep. Sorry, I just had to go back to that because that's super important. But back to prep. So, you know, I put everything together. I already have my first memory card that I'm going to be using in there, cleaned off, ready to go. Everything's just ready. So as soon as I get to location, I don't have to do a lot to get ready. Even if you're using a gimbal, balance that thing the night before. Balance your gimbal before the shoot, put it away. Know what you're going to use first. So if you're going to use your 85 millimeter, I don't know why you'll be using that 85 millimeter for, I mean, you could use it. But anyway, you use the 85 millimeter, balance it first. You're going to use your 50 mil, balance it first. You're going to use your 28 to 75, balance, whatever you're going to do, balance that first. And then, so you don't have to worry about it morning of. Also, goes with prep. If you're doing a video shoot and you're doing a location that's somewhere and you need B-roll, if you can get the B-roll ahead of time, do it. If you can't, then you can't. Like, for instance, sometimes you can't get B-roll of a wedding ahead of time because everything's not set up. But if you're creative, maybe you're getting B-roll of the location. Even though it's not set up, you can still get different things. Like if you're on the beach and you're using a drone, you can get B-roll of the shore. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, they're on the beach. It doesn't matter. You could do that whenever. So make sure you're doing all the prep you can so that you can be prepared right away. So as soon as you get in your car, you're ready to go. You already know everything's set. You're ready to just pop out and give them what they paid for, right? Last thing, I still don't actually do this. And this time, Brandon, this part of the video is for you. Listen. Go to sleep. That's it. Stop staying up, being a paranoid patty. wondering, oh no, what if I forget this? Oh no, what if I don't do that? Go to sleep. Close your eyes. Rest. Relax. You got this. You're good. And this part is actually for all of you guys, not just for me, because you are good. You got this. You're better at this than you may believe, right? They're actually paying you to do this for a reason. You're qualified. Now go do it. Go crush it. Kill them. Knock them out the water. And if you do, a shoot or something, make sure you let me know. I would love to be able to, at some point, share what you guys are doing with everybody. So yeah, do that. That's it. Those are 5 things. I hope this video helps you guys out, just to kind of ease your mind when you're getting ready for your shoots. I know no matter how many shoots I've done, like I said before, I still get paranoid sometimes, which I don't know. And by sometimes, I mean every single time. I don't know why. It shouldn't be this crazy, but hey, you never know what can happen. But that's besides the point. Like I was saying, hopefully these little tips, if they do nothing else but let you know it's not just you, other people go through it too, then hey, that may help give you some solace in a little bit, something. So love you guys. You guys are great. And lastly, wow, we're at 4,000 subs, fam. Like, what the heck? You guys are amazing. So I need to be more consistent with the content, because clearly it's helping you guys. So first, I just want to say I love you. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's it, I guess. I don't really have much else to say. So if you like the video, like the video. Also, leave some tips down below with how you get ready for different shoots, if I've missed anything, which I'm sure I have. And it may help me more than it helps anybody else. So please let me know. And as always, I gave you some tools. Sorry, I just smacked the crap out of this microphone. I gave you guys some tools to create. Now be great. Peace.